Hello everyone, I am RedBeakRaven and welcome to a quick video where I will be showing off my latest mod for Fallout 4. I'll just run through what it does and what platforms you can play this mod on, which is something I never thought I'd say when talking about a mod. Oh, I tell you, the future is now, kids. Anyways, after that I'll also go into why I made this and the thought process behind it. So without further ado, I present to you the Building Materials Dispenser. This is basically a terminal built into one of those consoles you occasionally see throughout the game at military installations and science labs. I decided to go with this because it looked like it could dispense something, as the panel below the screen looks like a drawer of a sort. Plus I am no good at 3D modelling. That is not something in my skill set when it comes to modding, so if there's any of you out there that wishes to create your own custom dispenser for this, then you are free to do so. Now as soon as you load the game, you can go to any settlement that you own, open up the workshop menu and head on over to the power category, and in the miscellaneous subcategory you will find the dispenser, which depending on what workshop related mods you have should be the first thing you see. It requires 8 aluminium, 4 circuitry, 4 copper and 4 rubber to build. And of course it can be placed anywhere you'd like, and I would recommend placing this near your workbench as the materials will only be placed in your inventory upon being purchased or obtained via the hack menu. Ignore the power required and supply details in the menu, as I needed to make it so that the terminal both requires power and supplies it to itself in order for this terminal to work. Upon using it, you'll see either the option to access the shop where you can buy your materials for caps, and an option below that to read a little love letter from me. Now before I go into the other option that should be displayed here, I'll run through the main component. So you click on the shop and it will display a list of every single material you can find in the game. All you need to do is click on the material you want and it will show you a list of specific quantities of the material you are buying, as well as the price for that quantity. Now there aren't any special offers here, like the more you buy the less it costs. All the prices are based on what one piece of the material would cost. I got these prices from the cost of the shipments the merchant sells to you. For example, a shipment of 50 adhesive costs 2,000 caps. So basically I multiplied that by 2 to get 4,000 caps, which would be the value for a shipment of 100 adhesive, and then 4,000 divided by 100 equals 40 caps, which is the value of 1 adhesive. So that's how I worked out the prices for most of the materials. So that's how it basically works. You click on what you want and the game will take away caps in exchange for the material. The quantities are consistent, with each material coming in packs of either 1, 10, 25, 50, 100, 250, 500, 750 or 1000. Obviously the prices differ depending on the rarity of the material, but as I said, I worked out the prices based on the value of their shipments you can buy. Right, now on to the other option. So if you already have rank 3 of the hacker perk, then you will also see this option available upon first using the terminal. Basically, it allows you to hack the machine in a sense and get the materials for free. So you'll get a fairly similar menu as you saw in the shop part. You just select what material you want and how much of it you want, and it will give you that for free. Now the reason I did create this particular option on top of having the option to buy the materials is because building can get very expensive and settlements don't really make you a lot of money, at least not as much as they should for the potential amount of money you put into them. It's also for those who just want to build and build. I find it useful when I'm building something big, but I've run out of materials and really want to finish it off without messing around trying to find the materials I need to do that. And if you're wondering why I didn't just do this particular thing in the first place, make materials free all around, then it's because, and this is also a warning to people that do want to use this free option, because it will probably spoil the fun of scavenging for stuff. Now for me, one of the problems Fallout 4 has is that all junk is valuable, and that at first sounded great, but once I actually started to loot places, I found myself constantly picking up everything I could see, because I know at some point that it would be used, and this meant that every time I went out to explore locations, I would end up exploring only one, then going back to my settlement to drop off the shit I picked up, and then heading back out to where I left to explore another location, and the process just repeated itself. And if there's one thing I hate in a game, it's repetition. So the reason I created this mod was because I really loved the workshop mode, and I'm always building things in my settlements. One of the problems with this, however, is the fact that while scavenging scavenging for parts can be fun, it can also get very annoying, especially in this game. And so when you're building a lot like me, you tend to run out of materials very quickly. So to stop me getting annoyed with this game and repeating scavenging runs time and time again, I started to use the console to get my materials. However, that can also get annoying, and so I decided to create something that was a lot more convenient, that doesn't involve filling every workshop chest with an unlimited supply of materials, as that just ends up making all junk fairly worthless and ruining the fun of scavenging for parts. Now obviously I could have just created the terminal to give you materials for free, and it does, providing you have rank 3 of the hacker perk, but I thought that it would probably also ruin the experience for scavenging parts, as I've said before, so I decided that I would make it sell you materials but also keep that option to get them for free for those that want it. I admit I do use the free method a lot of the time when building big structures, but I think that I will probably use the dispenser to get materials to build with and scavenge the materials I need for weapon and armor customization. If you're wondering why I decided to do this via a terminal, well, I think it should be pretty much self-explanatory, but the main reason was so that you could build it in the workshop and have the option to either build it, get your materials and then put it away, or to build it and use it as a decoration, I suppose. Also, I think this is more suitable for console players, as they don't have access to things like the game's console and have to rely on mods that add 5 or 10,000 of each material in a container. So this mod allows people to manage their materials better, is basically what I'm saying, because if you have a chest filled with an unlimited supply of materials, then it's just going to, well, for me that would be annoying. To know that you have all those materials sitting there, it would just ruin the experience for me personally. There's actually not much more to say about this other than I hope you enjoy this mod. I hope that it is useful to you, and if there are any issues that you have with this, then please let me know in the comments below, or if you are on the Nexus site, let me know in the comments there. I appreciate the feedback. If you are a modder and wish to expand on this or use it in a mod or redesign it, then feel free to do so, as long as you give credit where it's due and maybe even give me a sneak peek at what it is you're working on. Anyways, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I'll see you soon.